It's starting this weekend. I'm here in Manchester, New Hampshire, heading down to Orlando for the 2018 version of PLRB. So we're currently in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, waiting for the final flight into Orlando. We're heading down for PLRB 2018 in Orlando. For those of you who don't know about the conference, it's a great claims conference. It brings together a lot of leaders in the claims industry, but it's great information from adjusters on up to senior management. I get excited about heading down there and seeing some of the great speakers that I'm going to see. Tonight is our reception at the hotel, just for the networking and mingling, and then tomorrow morning we kick it off strong with a keynote, followed up by a bunch of breakout sessions. So I'll be documenting as much as they allow me to, and we'll go from there. Great way to start off PLRB 2018 down here in Orlando. We had a keynote speaker from Jack Uldrich, who is a futurist. And he kept talking about how technology is just exploding and that we've seen it. And he kept using the figure of not 10 times, not 100 times, but 1,000 times. And that sounds a little crazy when you're putting it into terms of how things are growing. But he said, look at the last 20 years. So 1998. And what he did is he played the wonderful sound of a 56K modem firing up to sign on to AOL or Prodigy or whatever it was at the time. In that 20 years, it's actually been 1,400 times that bandwidth has grown. So it's not outrageous to think about that. And then another great concept that he brought up was the idea of some of these cynics that are saying, you know what, this technology, it's down the road, I don't have to worry about it. I have 25 years experience in the insurance industry. I have nothing to worry about. And he put a stop on that. And he said, you know what, some of these folks, the way they're thinking, is it 25 years of experience or is it 1 year of experience 25 times over? So we have to think about that. And then he left us with a great quote that I absolutely love. And he said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. And then I was able to attend a breakout session about attracting and retaining young talent in the insurance industry, who's led by Lynne McChristian, who's a professor at the Florida State University. She brought a couple of her students. They're going to be superstars in the industry one day. The names were Joyce and William, and they were fantastic. They would be right in with the insurance nerd crowd. I think one of them already said they have a job, but they really got it. They're risk management students at Florida State University, and they already know what they want to do. They love the industry, so it's great to have young talent like that. Day 2 of sessions here at PLRB down in Orlando. Another great day with some great speakers, and just wrapped up with one of my favorite speakers that I've seen. His name is Dr. Ray Shelton, and he talks to us about stress management. That's his big topic. This is a guy who's worked with EMS, fire, police, also insurance professionals. And he talks about insurance professionals being the non-typical first responders, which is a great concept to think about when you put yourself in those shoes, that we're triaging these people's problems and we're there to help them, and we're not solving all the problems during those first couple of calls or the first time you visit them. So it's a great concept, and he has some wonderful stories where he's telling us about when he worked with the New York City Police and Fire Department in and around September 11th. He talked about a couple of terrible plane crashes off of Long Island, and just some really bad situations when it came to catastrophic insurance claims. So he has a great perspective, and he really makes us feel like the true caretakers that we're supposed to be. We're the ones keeping the promise. All you claims professionals, we're the ones keeping the promise. So if you get a chance to see Dr. Ray Shelton, absolutely make it a point to see him. Love the guy. So obviously PLRB is a whirlwind. So I get home, I get ready to import all of my footage and realized I didn't put together a recap. So here we go. So PLRB, wonderful conference as usual. We've already spoken about what great speakers were there at the conference, and there were many more that I didn't get to see. One of the biggest and most important pieces of any of these conferences is the relationship building piece. So it's great to be able to meet a bunch of people, catch up with people you haven't seen in over a year or whatnot, and just being able to share your experiences and build upon those relationships. In regards to PLRB 2018, that wraps up the time in Orlando, but they do have the regional conferences. I know the Eastern Regional Conference is going to be in Hartford, Connecticut, plus they have the Large Loss Conference, which is taking place down in Nashville this year. That wraps up 2018. 2019 is in Indy. See you in Indianapolis. Land here in Orlando, get my bag, and then I grab an Uber like anybody would do. Well, the Corolla pulls up that I'm waiting for. He says, "John?" I said, "Yeah." And all of a sudden we take a 15-20 minute ride down the road and he pulls up in front of the Hyatt. Unfortunately, I'm staying at the Marriott. Turns out there were two Johns, two Corollas at the same time, and could they end up at the same hotel? Nope.